house.
You getting played. That's what's happening. They probably got a whole nother family somewhere. That's what's happening.
Yeah, especially if y'all been dating for a while and you ain't met not one friend or one family member.
Bruh.
You getting played.
Welcome
to the J&O Show.
Where we talk about
things that we were never told. I'm Jay.
And I'm O.
And now you know.
If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you can know when we upload, because you never want to miss an episode. Also, if you're new here, if you have ideas for show topics, go ahead and put them down below in the comment section and write #next_show, so that way we can easily filter through and give you more of what you want. All right, so today, guys, we're actually going to pick up from where we left off from our last video, where we're talking about 7 signs to show you are incompatible. We left off at sign number 3, so now we're going to pick up in between 3 and 4. We'll see.
I didn't even realize the sign we left off at. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see how the rest of this goes.
Yeah. Okay.
You can go ahead and click on the link below to see last week's video first, because the verdict is still out on what we think about these 7 signs. Bruh. But we want to hear from you guys, so you let us know what you think. All right. Sorry. Go on, push play.
If you don't feel comfortable showing your true colors to your significant other, even in a private setting, this is a definite red flag.
Red flag.
4. There is constant or highly frequent arguing. It's perfectly normal and healthy to disagree with your partner about something from time to time, especially if it's over something that's important to the two of you.
From time to time? No, you're gonna disagree all the daggone time. It's gonna be lots of disagreements, and then you just gotta learn how to make up after. From time to time you disagree. No, men, women, oil, water. It's gonna be disagreements the whole entire relationship. I'm kidding. It's not. If you find somebody that's good for you, it's not gonna be crazy. But
yeah, you definitely gonna have disagreements.
You're gonna have disagreements.
But that's when I was like, what you trying to say?
Well, it's gonna be a lot of, okay, so here's the thing. I personally think that there would be a lot of disagreements. The thing is the weight of the disagreements. So to me, for us, a lot of the things that we would disagree on are not really that important, and I don't push them because they're not that important. Like, we're gonna talk about the color theme that we're gonna put in our bathroom. She might, I want yellow. Bruh. I personally, even though I have it on my shirt, I'm not a fan of yellow. I'm just not. I mean, you know, I don't hate it. I don't hate any colors. I'm not a fan of like green, and I don't like those colors. But am I gonna stop her from decorating the house green and yellow? I mean, if she got horrible taste, then that's yes, I'm gonna stop you in your tracks. But
you're gonna be like, no, baby.
No, we good. But I'm not even gonna comment on that for the most part. You know, like,
true.
So
it's not a big deal.
You know, so there will be disagreements, but a lot of times, one thing I will see in a lot of relationships that go bad is they'll argue over frivolous things, and they'll just be like, yo, y'all arguing over that for real? Bruh. Why? Dude, do you even care, or were you just looking for something to nitpick about?
Yeah.
So the nitpicking arguments,
that's a problem.
That is a problem. So I agree with them on that. Mm-hmm. But I also just wanted to put it out there. Yeah, it's gonna be some disagreements. It's just that they're not gonna be that deep. Right. It's not gonna matter.
True.
So good. Anything you had to add? You good with it? Yeah. She good with it.
Good with it. Push play.
Push play.
We didn't choose this person so we could be with a clone of ourselves. The disagreements become a problem, however, when the arguing is constant and over the tiniest of things. It's even unhealthier if the fighting is dirty, shouting, name-calling, humiliating each other, holding grudges, and emotional blackmail.
Bro, them screaming about that red and blue. Fighting dirty, shouting, name-calling, humiliation, holding grudges, and emotional blackmail.
Emotional blackmail.
I don't exactly know what that is, but
that's kind of deep.
I'm like, dang, emotional blackmail.
How you do that?
Yeah, I don't. That's you. I don't even know where they're gonna go with that. We'll see where they go with it. All right, cool.
Being in a relationship with a partner who tends to bring out mostly the ugliest side of you is never good. 5. You attain peace by avoiding all the problems. It's all about moderation. While constant fighting is
We did a video about this a little while back.
Big facts.
I'm trying to remember the name of the video. I'll link it or put the thumbnail here. But it was avoiding conflict, basically. And this is, of course, in relationships, but this goes for any relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or
friendship,
family, whatever. You cannot go through a relationship just avoiding conflict just because you don't like conflict. First of all, that's not real, number one, because no two people always agree on everything. And 2, it's just not healthy, because that means that you are suppressing the way you feel about something and you're letting the other person just run with whatever just because you don't feel like dealing with conflict. And that's not healthy. In life, you're gonna have conflict and you have to learn how to deal with it. I believe that there's a such thing as healthy conflict. I think that you can have healthy conflict. Not all conflict has to be like a blowout, shoot 'em up, bang bang, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I hate you, blah blah. It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be crazy like that, you know? It's just when you don't agree with somebody, you have to be able to express that and express why you don't agree, so that way you guys can come to a conclusion of the matter. But yeah, that was my point. But we talked about some more details in regards to how that kind of messes you up, especially in relationships. Like I said, I'll put the link for that video in here.
is obviously not ideal. It's also not good for a couple to never disagree about anything. You need to be honest and communicate openly with one another about how you feel, even if it's not in agreement with the other person. Constant pretending everything is okay or blind agreement to the wants of the other person does not make the relationship stronger, and may in fact result in a catastrophic blow-up later. Conflict can be a positive bond-building event if it can be given and taken constructively. It then can lead to personal growth and a deeper mutual understanding. 6. Your socializing is isolated from everyone else. Do you find that when you and your partner go out, it's nearly always only with each other? No friends, no parties or group hangouts?
We actually were talking about this one too in a video. So one of the YouTubers, well, that's not just one, but one of the YouTube channels we like to watch is The Rich Way. And they were going through an issue, and they seem to be patching it up now, thankfully. But they were going through an issue, and one of the things that me and Onika talked about was that they seemed very isolated from other people, and them going into this is sort of like really right on point. Everybody needs a break from other people. Like, there's nobody that you need to be around all the time. If you find a relationship with somebody where you can be around them for a long period of time, like if you can be around your mate most of the time, if you can work together and still be, want to see and be around each other after you get off work and stuff, like
great.
You're in a very blessed and fortunate situation where you get along with somebody that well. But you're gonna need a break. Yeah. You're gonna need some time away.
Yeah, you're gonna need some me time.
Yes. Not just having a break from each other, but also hanging out with other people as a couple even. That helps too to break up some of that monotony and stuff like that. And the bubble is great, but you got to come out of it sometimes.
Right. Because you have to face the real world.
Yes.
Yes.
Ugh. And sometimes the bubble can be amazing, y'all.
Yes.
You get a 2-week vacation. You come back, you be like, I don't want to go back, man. So I feel you, but you have to go back.
Yes.
So that was cool.
Do you never spend any time with their friends? Have you even met their friends? Is their family still a group of mystery people you've never been introduced to? Even though you've been together for a while?
You getting played. That's what's happening. They probably got a whole nother family somewhere. That's what's happening.
Yeah, especially if y'all been dating for a while and you ain't met not one friend or one family member.
Bruh. You getting played.
That's a little sus.
You getting played. And if you're not getting played, let's just say everything's on the up and up. And their relationship with all their friends and all their family is just so messed up, or the people are so messed up, they don't want you around them. Still a red flag.
Red flag.
Okay.
That's indications of their personality too.
Yeah, so you might want to look into that.
All of that stuff rubs off. Being around a bunch of people that ain't about nothing, ain't trying to do nothing, ain't trying to be nothing, or just nasty people, that rubs off on you. Like, you can be the oddball, but it's still some of that rubs off, and you gotta check some of them branches in the back of that tree. You know?
Yep.
You go? Yeah. Okay. Push and play.
If you answered yes to any of these, this could be a potential problem. It's important that you spend time with your partner's loved ones and get to know them better. Couples who make the effort to be close with the other important people in their partner's lives tend to have longer and happier relationships. And 7, you're not attracted to them. Lastly, but most importantly, even when everything seems perfect on paper, if you don't have any romance or chemistry, it's simply not going to work.
Yeah, remember earlier when I was saying all the people that do arranged marriages gonna have a field day with this one of them. Bruh. To them, this don't matter. It don't.
Because it's an arrangement, so it's like you gotta
figure it out.
You gotta work on that.
You know?
You want romance, you're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. Now, as we always say, you know, we have the, you know, some people live a certain way and you gotta sort of respect it and you gotta sort of understand and learn from it.
Right.
So I've been learning a lot from the arranged marriage thing, because there's a component of that has to overtake the happiness factor that a lot of us in America have grown up on, right? And that's the duty, the loyalty, respect, all of that stuff. A lot of American relationships don't have that duty, loyalty, and respect. And that's why we have a 50% divorce rate and people are having trouble finding mates and stuff like that, because you can't find anyone you can trust. Bruh. Right? That's what a lot of arranged marriages thrive on. But there's another side where I do think that in American culture, I don't think anything is wrong with. I think that it is a healthy thing to have chemistry with your partner. I'm gonna just say that, you know, you don't want to find yourself into a situation where you're with someone and you're married to them and you're not really attracted, but you guys, you know, y'all doing it. And then you meet somebody you're attracted to. Man.
That's gonna be rough.
Woo.
It's gonna be a little rough.
So attraction, while I don't believe it's necessary for marriage or relationships, I believe that if you can get that, go for it. But it has to be met with the other stuff. The duty, the loyalty, and the respect is more important than the attraction. But the attraction will help, and I just personal experiences, the attraction helps with a lot of situations. Like sometimes when me and my wife are having disagreements and we're like actually upsetting each other and we not whatever, sometimes the attraction helps because it's like, yo, I don't want to be far from you. And so we have to, I don't want to be far from you. so that sometimes will be a factor that makes me go, okay, babe, let's talk this out. Because I don't want to be in this space with you because I want to be close. I don't want to be far. I don't want to have distance between us. And sometimes it'll help, you know, but we have duty, loyalty, and respect between each other. So, you know, that's just like icing on the cake, so to speak.
Right.
I don't know if you agree with everything I just said, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I co-sign.
Oh, she co-signs. She co-signs. So we gonna see them rapping. They wrapping it up. Yes. Let's let them rap.
Without even an inkling of those factors, you might have a best friend, but not necessarily a significant other. The result is that you will naturally be drawn to people you have that more than friends attraction to. The triarchic theory of love by Robert Sternberg even states that although intimacy and commitment are present, without passion, the love you share will only be platonic, like the love shared between you and your friends and family. In the end, there's no such thing as a perfect relationship. Everyone has doubts or disagreements at times with the person they love. A strong, healthy relationship takes ongoing effort, dedication, and also time for it to grow. What's important is finding that someone who, to you, is worth the effort. First impressions and initial choices do not seal your fate. Learning to know and recognize compatibility versus incompatibility will save you much heartbreak and possibly avoid more serious scarring. So take the time to evaluate your relationship with these key points in mind, and honestly ask yourself, is my partner right for me?
Hey,
Okay.
That was a good wrap up.
Yeah,
It was a good wrap up at the end. I appreciated that. It was the triathic, the
Whatever, that's
it. Theory of relationships. I mean, it's there's a large amount of people on this here planet that will probably disagree with that.
Yeah.
And they married and been married for a long time. And it depends. Culture plays a lot into this. So you're talking about American first world culture, Western culture. That does apply because we place a lot of emphasis on happiness. So I see that. I think we place too much because we place it above everything else. Our happiness is more important than me even being loyal. I've seen as of late a lot of people in arranged relationships and marriages who are just like, marriage isn't about being happy. You know, Rand Minister even said marriage ain't about being happy, and I don't 100% agree with it, but I at least understand their perspective, and they tend to have higher rates of them staying together than we do. So
This is true.
That's something to look at and just be like, okay, so what is off about what we're doing, you know? So that's something to consider as well.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I was just gonna say, actually, just excuse me, what you just said as far as like looking at other cultures and seeing like they have, obviously there's something to it because they have a higher success rate when it comes to marriages than we do over here. And I was just gonna say, it just made me think about just in general in life, just being more aware of company you keep, just different things, like just being mindful of your ideals. Like if you see that an idea that you have, or an ideal basically that you have, is being challenged, maybe you thought things to be one way, and then, you know, just life experience or just being around a different group of people, you're seeing how the ideal that you have is completely different over here and it seems to work better. Just applying that mindset to your life, to your relationships, I think in general, different ideas that you have about your relationships, I think is important to kind of challenge it and look at what works for you. And I think we've talked about this before in another video, as far as like your relationship, what works for you may not work for someone else. So you have to do basically what works best in your relationship and not necessarily what you've always seen or heard. And that's something that I know I still am working on, just kind of like paying more attention to the things that work for us and not necessarily the ideal or things that work for other people. Yeah, but that's it.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
That was a big, what she just said was a big one. So guys, that was it. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Hope you got something from it.
Yeah.
Or even if it's something that you want to challenge that we said or that they said and you felt was a little weird, a little off, whatever, put it down in the comment section. Let us know. Interact with us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, once again, shout out. I gotta look up the name. Shout out to Psych to Go. And they 7.5 million subs. So in the video was cool. It definitely opened up a lot of conversations. Some things we disagree with, a lot of things we did agree with. So shout out to them.
Yes. But that's gonna do it for today, guys. Hope that you enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And that's it.
That all.
Till next time.
Bye.
Deuces.
Press the off button.